Hey y'all, Geezy here. I want to talk about something that I don't think gets talked about quite enough in the carnivore community. And that's moving. Moving's important, especially when you get up to our age. Okay, so I'm 70 years old. And yeah, I do a lot of hard work around the farm. I always stay busy every day. But I don't believe that's enough. You've listened to the likes of Dr. Shawn Baker. He'll tell you it ain't just enough to move, you gotta lift. And you gotta lift heavy things. And here about 3 months ago, I got to noticing, especially I'd gotten sick for a little while, I got to noticing that, man, I wasn't just losing fat anymore, I was losing muscle. And at our age, we have this thing called sarcopenia that sets in, and we start losing muscle just naturally. And then you add on to that the way that we eat, and if we're not getting enough protein and we're not getting enough fat, it's easy to start losing muscle. And so it's something we really got to watch out for. So years ago, I used to be a gym rat. I used to hit the gym 3 days a week, and come rain or something, come shine, night or day, it didn't matter. And I stayed in pretty good shape. And then my back started going out. The more my back hurt, the less workouts I did till I finally quit worrying about diet, quit worrying about exercise. And I went ahead and ballooned up. I got up to 236 pounds. And of course, you know the story. I developed AFib and Crohn's disease and everything else. And so something had changed in my life. So that's when I was introduced to carnivore by my son. And I lost the weight. And I reversed AFib for the most part. I've had an attack since then, but it was tremendously mild compared to my past ones. And I think there was something else that set that off. So I lost the weight. I got down to 160, and I began to realize when I moved, you know, we moved the whole farm. That's a lot of work. I got to noticing, man, I felt like I was getting weak. I still had the stamina to stay in there, but I just wasn't strong as I used to be. You know, yeah, I'm older, okay, so wasn't thinking much about that. And then the more I realized I was losing definition, not that I had much, you know, it's not like I was any kind of Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I could see I was losing muscle. And I said, man, this ain't cool. And, you know, I kept listening to Dr. Baker, and he kept talking about, you know, the older you get, you got to lift, man. And you got to lift heavy. And of course, we look at this whole lifestyle carnivore as improving our metabolism. And that's great for the inside. And we heal a lot of things in our bodies. But if all we do is move from the bed to the couch and play on YouTube all day watching these videos, which I'm contributing to your delinquency. If that's all we do, we're not activating the whole body. And so it's great that we're changing our diet, we're healing our metabolism, we're not doing anything for the rest of our body. And this isn't about living longer, because we don't know, we have no guarantees for tomorrow. What we want to do is we want to have a quality of life to the end, a good quality of life. We don't want to be miserable. We don't want to be in pain. We certainly don't want to be weak. We want to stay strong right up to the end. And the only way you're going to do that is by moving. Now, I mean moving out, lifting heavy. Now, there's two ways of looking at it. Of course, I'm doing cardio right now. And I'm slowing. I've got the machine slowed down to 3 miles an hour. I was up to 3.2, but a little too fast for a walk and talk. So anyhow, there's two ways of looking at it. You can exercise or you can train. Now exercise, just maintaining what you got, doing just enough to maintain. And then there's training. Training is about building. It's about strengthening. And that's where I'm at. I'm training. I don't want to maintain what I got because I lost. I want to gain back what I lost. And so I'm training. So I'm doing what is called a progressive overload. And what that means is I don't lift. Let's say I can lift. Let's say I can do, I'm going to do upper body today. It's all going to be pull exercises. So I'll be doing some bicep curls, for instance. Okay. So let's say I can lift 20 with no issue. I do 10, 12, maybe 15 reps. Okay. Do that 2 or 3 times. Okay. Well, that's good. You know, put the weights up. That's an exercise. What I want to do, or what I do, is I'll do one warm-up set, about half of what I know I can do. And then I'll do a max set. So let's say, and I'm weak, I'm old, I'm weak. Let's say 25 is my max. I'll do like a 15-pound warm-up set, and then I'll do one set, 2 max at 25. Now, the warm-up set, I'll do 10 reps. And then the max set, I'll do what I can up to 10. If I can reach 10 with that 25 pounds, then I'm going to set that aside and I'm going to mark that. I've got an app, it's called the Heavy, and I keep track of my weights, so I know from week to week how much I've done, and I can see when I'm getting stronger. So let's say I max out that 25 pounds at 10 reps. All right, the next week, that's going to be good for that week. That's all I'm going to work for that muscle group is just that. And so the next week I'm going to come in and I'm going to do my same warm up at 15, but this time I'm going to go to 30 pounds. I'm going to increase my weight by 5 pounds. I may only get 1 rep out of it, or 2, maybe 3. That's fine. And then I mark that down. I got 3 reps. The next week, when I do that exercise again, I will be shooting for that. If I got 3, I'll be shooting for 4. If I get 4, fine. That's it. I've progressively overloaded. I've added. I've gained strength, and that's what I do. All right? But that's training. And I only work one muscle group once a week. There's no sense in overloading your muscles. There's no sense in training too much. It doesn't get you anywhere because your muscle will respond to overloading it and then resting, and it responds well to it. I've seen in the last few months that I've joined the gym and I've gone back to training, I've noticed a tremendous difference. I've noticed some size in my muscle. I've noticed some strength. I'm getting stronger, and I don't have to spend hour upon hour in the gym. Literally, if you just count my workouts, and I only do 4 to 5 exercises, and I do 1 set for a warm-up and then 1 set for max. And if you count those 4 or 5 routines, I spend 35 to 45 minutes in the gym working out 3 days a week, and that's it. And then of course my warm-up is to get blood flowing is my walk, which I haven't increased. I need to increase the angle. But anyways, this is my warm-up to get the blood flowing through my body. And I'll do some resistant band warm-up for the motions that I'm going to do, just to let the muscles know there's something coming. Anyhow, so like I said, that's the difference between training and just exercising. And trust me, exercising is fine if that's all you want to do. You don't have to do much, but you need to lift something. You need to lift something heavy. You need to work those muscles. You need to strengthen them, and you need to stay strong. So if you get anything out of this, let it be known that when you get up to our age, you got to do something, because your quality of life depends not only on your metabolism, but the physical part of your body. You know, the strength of your bones, the strength of your tendons and connective tissues, you know, of your muscle to your bone, and the strength of the muscle itself. You know, you're eating all this protein and all this fat for nutrition, but you're not utilizing that protein to build on your body, to strengthen your body. If you're not using your body, you can't strengthen it. So guys, especially you older folks and younger folks, get in the habit, man. Get stronger. You got the ability, pump it out. You know, it's a little tougher on us older folks, but if we start small and build up, it's about progression over progress, just a little bit at a time. I'm not trying to become no Mr. Atlas. I'm never gonna have six-pack abs, too much loose skin over those abs. I'll never see those six-packs, but I don't care. It's not about how I look, it's about how I feel. And I want to be strong and feel good. And I want you to be strong and feel good. So get out there and move. Don't be a slacker, okay? Y'all have a good evening, and we'll catch you on another one real soon. Easy out.